Record-breaking blockbuster of 2018, Avengers Infinity War, is powering its way onto home media thanks to the Walt Disney Company. And as is always the case with these Disney releases, there will be an enormous selection of different versions assembling onto shelves. As an additional bonus, Disney has also announced the debut release of the Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron for the first time on 4K Ultra High Definition. More on that soon. In this video, I plan to go over all the details of all the different versions you can expect to find across the US and Canada, the UK and Australia, and when you can find them on shelves and digital platforms. Additionally, I will also detail the list of announced special features and will then deliver my final thoughts on all of the releases and discuss which versions I'll be collecting in my own personal Blu-ray gauntlet. In doing so, I also hope to help you weigh up which version is best for you. I did of course review Avengers Infinity War when it was first released in cinemas. If you'd like to take a look at my more in-depth thoughts on the movie itself, as well as my numerous video editorials on it, feel free to head over there now via the links in the top corner or the hyperlinks at the end of the video. On your screen right now is the list of topics I will be covering in this video. If you're more interested in checking out some over others, then feel free to skip forward via the time codes I provided down below. Otherwise, you are of course more than welcome to stick with me for the long run. Also keep in mind that about 90% of the time, things do change between announcement and release, whether that be new additions announced closer to release date like regional exclusives, or changes to artwork, special features and specs. Things have already changed with this release. I'll keep you up to date on all of that throughout the video. First up, let's take a look at the North American and Canadian release of the movie, where Avengers Infinity War will be released on physical home media on August 14th, 2018, but will be hitting digital platforms an unprecedented 2 whole weeks earlier on July 31st, 2018. Avengers Infinity War will release in both a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital combo pack, as well as a standard Blu-ray and digital combo pack. Neither of the sets include a DVD, but both come with a slipcover featuring the same cover artwork, which I think looks absolutely gorgeous. You know, apart from that horrible Watch Anywhere and multi-screen edition banner crap that Disney have been insistent on including on their covers of late. Wal-Mart will, however, release an exclusive version which will hold only the Blu-ray disc with no digital copy. This eliminates those horrible borders from the cover and is certainly a good option for those who have no need for the 4K or the digital and hate those damn ugly borders. A standard bare-bones movie-only edition will be available to purchase on DVD individually. Sadly, no 3D release for the States, as we have come to expect. Additionally, a steelbook will be released exclusively through Best Buy, featuring a pretty nice dynamic artwork. Strangely, this one breaks the mold of the previous 2 Avengers steelbooks, which both feature the movie's respective teaser artwork with the big A logo. While this is fine for new collectors, it may grate on the OCD of the older ones, and you certainly have my sympathy. This will be released as a 4K Blu-ray and digital set only. There is no 3D or even standard Blu-ray option, which is often the case with these releases. At least that's 1 or 2 less versions to keep track of. When news of this edition originally broke, there was mention of a bonus Marvel Studios The First 10 Years bonus disc. However, that now seems to be missing from the link mysteriously. I have a feeling the contents of the disc have now been made available as digital exclusives. More on that soon. Target will also be releasing an exclusive digipack edition of the film in a 4K Blu-ray and digital set. Once again, this will be the only option for this edition. This Target exclusive edition comes with a bonus 40-page filmmaker gallery book, including tons of behind-the-scenes images. A bundle pack featuring either the standard 4K or Blu-ray release, paired up with an exclusive chrome Iron Man pop vinyl, will also be available through Target. And as previously mentioned, Disney will also be releasing brand new 4K Ultra HD editions of both the Avengers and Avengers Infinity War, marking their very first live-action catalog releases. Of course, the Incredible Hulk received the 4K treatment earlier in the year, however this was released through Universal. These new 4K editions will also be bundled with a Blu-ray and digital copy, and will feature the Marvel Studios 10-year anniversary cover artwork that was used on last year's Blu-ray re-releases. Sucks for those who bought them. Again, you have my sympathy. I'm not personally a big fan of this cover art. It seems kind of bland and lazy to me. Like some temp whacked them together in Photoshop in a couple of minutes using some studio stock artwork. Luckily, there is an option for those who don't like the artwork or already bought the Blu-rays with these cover arts, as Best Buy will be releasing exclusive steelbooks for both films, including 4K, Blu-ray, and digital. And I think the artwork on these are absolutely fantastic. These will all be released on July 31st, 2018, the same date as Infinity War. As is becoming more and more common, our friends over the pond in the UK sadly have to wait a little longer to get their hands on the release of this movie, with the physical release landing on September 3rd, 2018, 3 weeks after the US release. The digital version, however, has no announced release date just yet. If it follows the US pattern, it could come 2 weeks before, which means you could get your hands on the digital version of the movie around the same time the physical is released in the US. There will be 3 standard releases of Infinity War hitting the UK market, a standard Blu-ray set, a 4K and Blu-ray set, and a 3D and Blu-ray set. The 3D set will likely include the IMAX aspect ratio of the movie and will probably be the only version of the movie on home media that will have that aspect ratio. None of these UK editions will come with a digital copy. Of course, a standard bare bones edition will be available to purchase on DVD as well. In a fairly irregular move for Disney, the UK sets will feature the exact same artwork as those from the US, minus the ugly borders, of course, which is an absolute plus and makes importation decisions really easy. Additionally, Zavvi will be the exclusive UK retailer of the Steelbook, which will be available in both 4K and Blu-ray and 3D and Blu-ray combo packs. These will feature the same artwork from the US Best Buy Steel, except the inside artwork seems less dynamic than its US counterpart. It is also very likely that Tesco will release an exclusive big sleeve edition in 12-inch packaging. However, these aren't usually announced or detailed until soon before the release. If this follows past trends, this big sleeve will probably include a Blu-ray and DVD, though some have been known to be bundled with a 4K or 3D disc in the past. It should also come with a collection of 12-inch art cards. Exclusive to the UK will be a Blu-ray box set of all 3 Avengers movies. This will be a simple box with all 3 movies on Blu-ray only in their standard amaray plastic cases, housed inside a box sleeve. This is a good option for those who don't own the previous movies. Speaking of the previous movies, the 4K reissues of both the Avengers, known as Avengers Assemble in the UK, and Avengers Age of Ultron will also receive a UK release day and date, with the Infinity War release on September 3rd, 2018. These 2 sets will include both 4K and Blu-ray discs and feature the movie's original cover art, which I like much better than the US's 10-year anniversary covers. Additionally, Zavvi will exclusively be releasing the same steelbooks as Best Buy has in the US. The more I look at these, the more I really love the artwork on them. I kinda wish the standard slipped releases had utilised this artwork. In Australia, the physical home media release will be landing on August 15th, 2018, the day after US release, but given time differences, it's pretty much landing on the exact same day. However, as always, don't forget you will most likely be able to pick the movie up 2 days earlier on the 13th instead of the 15th in store at JB Hi-Fi, meaning Australia will once again get the earliest release of the movie. A digital release will likely drop 2 to 3 weeks beforehand, as with the US. Similar to the UK release, 4K and Blu-ray, 3D and Blu-ray, and standard Blu-ray sets will be released. None of these include DVDs or digital copies either, though a standard bare bones DVD set will be available to purchase too. It's nice to see the 4K and 3D discs using different artwork than the standard Blu-ray and the DVD. Would have been nice to see these variants on the UK market as well, so you could grab a slipcover with both artworks. If you pre-order any edition of the movie from Sanity, however, you will receive a free bonus Infinity War poster. No word on what the poster art is or how big it will be. JB Hi-Fi will be the exclusive Australian retailer of the Steelbook edition, which in an unprecedented move from Disney will come in a 4K plus Blu-ray combo pack. Maybe the fine folk at Disney have actually been listening to my complaints and have decided to add some bells and whistles to the Steelbook in Australia this time round. Also, this Steelbook was originally announced to come with the same exclusive bonus disc as the US Best Buy Steelbook release, but this too has mysteriously disappeared from the JB listing. Both the Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron will also receive brand new 4K releases on the same day, the 15th of August 2018. No word on any Steelbooks for the Australian market just yet, but if we do get any, they'll be available through JB Hi-Fi, no doubt. Okay, so let's get into some general release specs for Avengers Infinity War, as well as the re-releases of The Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron on 4K. The 4K edition of Infinity War will feature HDR colouring and a Dolby Atmos track. The Blu-ray, however, will feature a DTS HD Master Audio 7.1 track instead of the Dolby Atmos. A number of foreign language and subtitle tracks will additionally be available, however these may change depending on your region. The brand new 4K reissues of The Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron will feature brand new HDR colouring and brand new Dolby Atmos tracks. I'm certainly really looking forward to checking these out. The movie also comes jam-packed with special features, with Disney boasting a selection of over 2 hours of bonus. All of these will be featured on the Blu-ray disc. Disney doesn't usually port features over onto the 4K disc, and the DVD release will likewise come bare bones. The special features on this release will include an audio commentary of the movie by Anthony and Joe Russo, the film's directors, as well as Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, the film's screenwriters. It would be very nice for Disney to actually include the audio commentaries on the 4K discs, but sadly they haven't been doing that. The movie also comes with a number of 5 to 10 minute featurettes. Strange Alchemy, share the thrill of characters from across the MCU meeting for the first time and discover why some were teamed up together. The Mad Titan, explore the MCU's biggest, baddest villain, his trail of influence throughout the stories, and the existential threat he represents. Beyond the Battle Titan, dive into the climactic struggle on Thanos' ruined world, including the epic stunts and visual effects to uncover the source of its power. As well as Beyond the Battle Wakanda, go behind the scenes to find out how the filmmakers pulled off the most massive and challenging battle Marvel had ever attempted. These sound like a decent number of featurettes. Unfortunately, it's a far cry from the old 2-hour documentaries we used to get on the Iron Man discs. It would make a lot of sense for Infinity War to get a feature-length documentary, but unfortunately it looks like for now we're just gonna have to be happy with the 20 minutes of what I'm guessing will be fairly straightforward featurettes. Maybe somewhere down the line we'll get some special MCU feature documentary, which would be really great. We'll also be getting a 10-minute selection of deleted and extended scenes. No, we will not be receiving an extended version of the movie for this release, as rumors have been saying over the past week. Whether Disney releases one down the line in some super ultimate special edition box set is unknown at this point. And of course, the disc will also include a very small gag reel, which has become a staple of the Marvel releases and are always a whole lot of fun. Additionally, the digital version of the movie, made both available individually and in the combo packs, will include an exclusive special feature, and I think this is the best sounding of the lot. Too bad it is relegated to digital only. It's a 30-minute roundtable with Marvel Cinematic Universe directors Anthony and Joe Russo, Jon Favreau, Joss Whedon, James Gunn, Ryan Coogler, Peyton Reed, and Taika Waititi, who reflect on how their movies contribute to the MCU's larger storytelling adventure. My guess is that this is more than likely the feature that was originally supposed to be included on the Steelbook exclusive disc before being relegated to digital only. I guess this is a cost-saving measure for Disney, easier to whack it online than to author a million discs, and while this will satisfy some, it will annoy others who, like me, like having all their content on physical discs, where they face no risk of the content being revoked a couple of years down the line. It's also annoying for people, again, like me, who like to import discs and may not be able to access the digital special features. No word on whether the UK and Australian releases will include this feature either. Okay, so let's get on to my picks. Disney and Marvel movie releases are often a real pain when it comes to choosing which editions I like best. For the biggest and best Marvel movies so far, it's surprising that this one is one of the most straightforward and most simple releases yet. Yes, there is a ton of versions made available, but it's made very easy by the fact that the cover artwork will be remaining the same across the board, unlike Thor Ragnarok and Black Panther, whose releases featured a multitude of different cover artworks. I, of course, will always happily grab both a 4K and a 3D release of the movie, and usually try to avoid the headache of having to import from the States, which has become increasingly harder over the last year or two. Because the artwork will remain the same, I will happily pick up both versions from the UK, and I'll also pair up these with the 2 UK editions of the first 2 movies on 4K. I much prefer the UK artwork of these 2 over the US sets, and actually like the idea of owning a version of the Avengers branded as Avengers Assemble. You all know I like to represent the quirky little things like this in my collection. Luckily, I'll actually be over in the UK when these are released, so I'll be able to pick them up in hand, assuring I get slipcovers and get them as soon as possible. I don't think I'll be grabbing a steelbook this time round. I've kind of gone off them a little bit. They're just way too expensive, especially when I buy multiple other editions of the movie too. I was originally tempted when there was the offer of the bonus disc, but now that that seems to have disappeared, I just don't have that temptation anymore. Sorry Disney, you probably would have had an extra sale if you'd put that bonus feature on the disc. I will, however, consider getting my Canadian mate Vince to pick me up a copy of the Target Digipack, pending detailed pack shots. Thanks once again for joining me, guys. I hope this video has made your purchasing decisions all the easier, and you have a good idea of which version or versions of the Avengers Infinity War you'll be grabbing. Let me know your decisions in the comments below, and keep me posted on any other exclusive or limited edition versions that I've either missed out or that pop up closer to the release. If this is the first of my videos you've seen, you've enjoyed it, you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, then please hit that big old subscribe button up on your screen right now. If you are feeling extra generous, then please don't forget to hit that like button down below. It does a great deal in getting my videos out there. Until next time though, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a marvelous day. Excelsior!